From New York, welcome to the second hour of Bloomberg Balance of Power. I'm David Weston. In addition to President Trump, 3 Republican senators have also tested positive for COVID-19, leading Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to postpone the Senate's reconvening for a week, even as he says the Judiciary Committee hearings for Judge Amy Coney Barrett will go forward a week from today. We welcome now a veteran of Supreme Court confirmation hearings. Mike Davis served as chief counsel for nominations under Senator Chuck Grassley when Grassley was chair of the Judiciary Committee. He is now head of a newly formed advocacy group, the Article 3 Project, committed to getting President Trump's judicial nominees confirmed. Mr. Davis, thank you so much for being with us. Give us a sense of what the plan is here for the Judiciary Committee hearings, particularly if there are 2 members that have tested positive themselves at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the Senator Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader, and Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Lindsey Graham have committed to move forward on the regular plan here, and they can very safely and easily do this. If they have the hearing starting next Monday, the 12th, for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's the normal routine for modern Supreme Court nominations, and they can do this safely, like they've done since May 1st, when they have held 6 nominations hearings for 22 different judicial nominees via Zoom. So there's a Zoom option where if members don't feel safe coming into the Judiciary Committee hearing, they can participate remotely. If there are members who have COVID or think they're exposed to COVID, they can participate remotely, and they've done that many times since May 1st. And there's no reason they can't do it now. They also can have this hearing set up how they've set up hearings in the COVID era. You have socially distanced hearings where you have the senators spread out. You have limited attendance from the public. You have hand sanitizers everywhere. People are wearing masks. This is the Senate's constitutional duty, as Vice President Joe Biden has said, as Senator Chuck Schumer has said, is their constitutional duty to consider and vote on a president's Supreme Court nominee. And even in the COVID era, the Senate is expected to perform its constitutional duties, and they can do it safely, and there's plenty of precedent for doing it.
Okay, let's set aside the timing just for a moment. I'll come back to it. But can they vote remotely as well on the committee and then ultimately the Senate as a whole, or do they have to be present? I simply don't know the answer.
So for the committee and the Senate floor, you have to be present. And those votes would likely be, there are 2 committee meetings that they have to have in order to vote the nominee to the floor. Those meetings are probably going to be around the 15th and the 22nd of October. And, on those committee meetings where you have to have people present, you can do it in a way that's still safe. On the 15th, that's in swamp speak, what they have to do is called burn the hold. And so they discuss the nominee at the 15th, and they vote on the nominee on the 22nd. By the 22nd, the senators who have been exposed to COVID should be fine by then. If there are any issues with that, then you can have these markups in a bigger room. You can have it on the Senate floor if you need to, and you can have it outside in a courtyard if you need to, and you can have you can have a senator, even if they have COVID, you can have them come to these meetings in a way where they're not interacting with any human beings. They can go in the Senate gallery if they have to and vote. So there's the Senate is perfectly capable of moving forward with its constitutional duties, according again to Chuck Schumer and Vice President Biden, and they can do this safely and get their job done.
Let's come back to the timing just for a moment. There's no question in anyone's mind that it's charged with the Senate to advise and consent on things like Supreme Court nominations. Clear their constitutional duty. It's not their duty to do it quickly, is it? I mean, they don't have an obligation to do it fast, just to do it.
They don't even have a duty to have a hearing. I mean,
right.
Up until 50 years ago, or whenever it was, until recent history, they didn't even have hearings for Supreme Court nominees. The president would nominate the Supreme Court nominee, and many times the Senate would just vote on them and confirm them the same day. So this whole circus that we've created with these hearings is not even required in the Constitution. And the plan that Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Lindsey Graham and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell have set up is a fair process where you can thoroughly vet Judge Amy Coney Barrett and confirm her in a way that follows historic precedent and gives the senators every opportunity to figure out whether they're going to vote for her or not. And remember, the Senate fully vetted and voted to confirm Judge Barrett 3 years ago to the Seventh Circuit. There's not much more to look at. You just have to look at her 100 opinions on the Seventh Circuit.
So I'll disclose that I'm of an age that actually I remember the time before it was, as you used the term, circus, and I'm not sure I disagree with you about that. I clerked for Justice Powell, and I think it was 1 hour of consideration for Justice Powell when he was confirmed. But we have made this into certainly a political football. And Clausewitz talked about war being diplomacy by other means. Has the Supreme Court essentially been politics by other means at this point?
Well, it shouldn't be, and I hope that it's not. These confirmation hearings are way too political, and this really started with the Democrats torpedoing Judge Bork for his Supreme Court nomination. They borked him; it's become a verb. The Democrats tried to destroy Justice Clarence Thomas when he was going through the process. Fortunately, they did not destroy him, and President Trump is about to make the 5-4 John Roberts court the 6-3 Clarence Thomas court. So it's a huge, monumental achievement for President Trump. Yeah. The Democrats tried to do this again with Judge Kavanaugh. It's amazing to me that Republicans don't do this to Democrat nominees.
Yeah, well, that's for another conversation. We should have it some more. I personally, I'm not sure it's good for the court, no matter where it's coming from, and I agree it's bipartisan. Thank you so much to Mike Davis of the Article 3 Project.